email body. Okay, so this is the email body over here. This is how you can kind of separate out any kind of header. Okay, and thing is that, guys, before kind of deep diving further into the email header analysis, I want to kind of say a few things like where this kind of what kind of incidents it will be necessary for you guys. So one of the real incident that I encountered is was that there was an incident where I was working for one of the company, and the CEO, I recall the CEO was John, okay, and and something like company.com, okay. So thing is that there was a incident where let's say an email was received from the CEO. The CEO was John, okay, and an email was received from the CEO to a lot of senior managers, okay, and the content of that email was it was a phishing email actually, and it was the email was that, okay, it was telling that, okay, CEO was telling that, okay, I am stuck somewhere, and send me send me a specific amount, let's say 2000 USD dollar to an account to an account to a specific account, so that the CEO can travel back to office. Okay, so this was something actually was received by multiple senior managers of that company, the one I was working for, from the CEO. And what happened was that the senior managers were actually quite kind of like they were really afraid, like why the CEO is sending out an email. They were not able to kind of say that, okay, if that email is a phishing one or not, because normally when we do any kind of when we try to train the employees that to how to kind of detect a phishing attack, we say them, okay, look at the from address and to address and whatnot. So here the from address was an authentic one. Okay, so most of the senior managers were kind of afraid what happened to the CEO and why it's taken, why they are kind of asking the 200 USD dollar from us, and they were actually ready to kind of pay to that account to have the CEO, the fake CEO. Okay, now the thing is that one of the senior managers actually alerted to us that they are receiving this kind of email and this kind of email, and we were alerted about that. And what we did was that the thing that we did over there in that incident was we got the email headers. And then we do the analysis to kind of figure out if this is a spam, if this is a phishing attack or not. Okay. Overall, we were already knowing it's a phishing email, but just to kind of add more confidence to it, we did the email header analysis to figure out if it is indeed phishing email, if it is, or it is indeed coming from the, let's say so there can be scenario that, okay, it's a phishing attack, but let's say the laptop of the CEO was itself compromised, for an example, and the malware from the CEO laptop was sending on this email. Okay, so in that case, what will happen is that it's a phishing attack, but it is coming out from a valid sender. Okay, so to kind of rule all this kind of possibility, we need to know at a very high level how we can kind of do the email analysis. So I hope you kind of got an idea why doing an email analysis is kind of required as a SOC professional, but because you will be encountering a lot of incidents like this where maybe you, like a lot of other guys, have received some kind of phishing email and you figure out if it is indeed phishing or not. Okay, so we'll look at those things like how you can kind of do that email header analysis. But before that, I want to kind of add some motivation to you guys, like why it is needed to kind of do the email analysis. Okay, so email headers. So over there, we were able to figure out that the email was not coming from the IP address, or let's say the laptop of the CEO. It is coming from somewhere else, and the attacker was actually able to spoof the email. Okay, attacker was able to spoof the from address. Okay, so this is what we figure out, and what happened is in this scenario, actually the mail actually went out to 20 senior managers. senior manager, and one of the senior manager actually actually paid that $2,000, around $2,000 to that account. Okay, thinking that he is helping the CEO and he might get easily promoted for his good work. So one of the senior manager actually paid out that amount. Okay, so he fell into the trap. Otherwise, we were able to what we did as an incident analyst. What our work was that it was not just to kind of do the analysis and kind of stop the thing. Okay, what we also did was we worked with the email exchange team and we told them to block the email. So it is one thing, block the email. The next thing that we also asked them is that let us know the recipient of that email, recipient of that email. Okay, and other thing what we also told is let us know who all recipient have actually read that email. Okay, and the other thing what we also did was we asked the email exchange team to delete the email. Okay, not just from the server, but automatically from all the Outlook client of the users. Okay, so thing is that the email was totally deleted out from the inbox of all those users who have received that email. We blocked that. And so blocking I mean is that using the specific kind of headers from there, like the from address, the IP address and all, we actually asked the email exchange team to block that email. So I hope there is necessary motivation to understand why email analysis is kind of important, because you guys will also kind of encountering this kind of situation where you need to do the email header analysis. Okay, I hope there is some question. Yeah, go on.
So I have a question, sir. For example, there is some super email that a user is getting. So will they be sharing the email with us so that we can analyze it? So how can we get hold of that email? So do they need to share it over like some mail or some? How can we analyze that? So
okay. Yeah, so that's actually a great question, and this is what I have encountered this issue a lot of time, and now I will explain how that thing happened. Okay, so for a real incident, what will happen is that most of the time users are like they don't have much knowledge. What they will do is they will just take a screenshot of the email and then they will save the sorting. And thing is that with the screenshots, we can't do the analysis because we won't be having the header. Okay. So what can be done in that case? What I have normally done, I will just share my scenario. Real scenario is that let's say this was the case, and what I have asked the guy is that because this user was using the Outlook client, what I told the user is that you follow this method. Okay, if you are on Windows or if you are on web, follow this link, go to this link, follow the procedure that is told to you. Okay, and do two things. Okay, two things. The first thing is like what I say is that I actually, let me just quickly okay. So let me go to that. So what I normally do is that for the scenario where I need the actual email, not just the header, what I say is that I actually ask the guys to, let's say, follow this link. I share the link with them, or maybe ask the guys to come on a call. Let's say on a Google Meet, or let's say other call, and I ask them to kind of share that email to us as an attachment. Okay, not something like, okay, the user clicked on that email and forwarded that to us, like click on the forward button and send that to us. Not like that. What we tell to the user is that open this email. Let's say open this email, save this email on the desktop folder, and then write a new email to me and drag that file that was saved in the desktop as an attachment to the new email and then send out to me. So what I will receive is that I will receive this email as an attachment. Okay, as an attachment. Okay, so if you see over here,